Hello students, I Pushpinder Kaur welcome you in the 6th video lecture based on chapter Haloalkanes and Haloarenes. In this video lecture, we will discuss about the stereochemical aspects of the nucleophilic substitution reactions. In order to the better understanding of the reaction mechanisms of the nucleophilic substitution reaction 1 and the nucleophilic substitution reaction 2, we can take the help of the stereochemistry. Firstly, we will learn about what is the stereochemistry. The stereochemistry is the branch of science which deals with the three-dimensional arrangement of the atoms around the central carbon atom or the central atom. The stereoisomers having the two types, the one is the geometrical isomers and the second one is the optical isomers. The geometrical isomers are the isomers which are differ in the spital arrangement of the atoms around the double bond. It having the two types, one is the cis isomers and the second one is the trans isomers. If the same elements or the same compounds around the carbon double bond present on the same side, then the isomer is known as the cis isomers. If the similar atoms or the molecules are present on the opposite side, these are called as the trans isomers. The optical isomers are those isomers which are differ in the three-dimensional arrangement of the atoms and they create the mirror images of each other. For example, in case of the lactic acid, there are the two kind of the lactic acid. One is the plus lactic acid and the second one is the minus lactic acid. The plus means the main functional group is present on the right hand side and the minus means the main functional group is present on the left hand side. The arrangement of the atoms or the groups around the central atom is called as its configuration. For the better clarity, we have to understand some basic stereochemical principles and the notations such as what is the optical activity, chirality, configuration, enantiomers, racemic mixtures and the inversion etc. Let us discuss these one by one. Firstly, we will discuss what is the optical activity of any substance or any solution. For this, take a source of the monochromatic light. The monochromatic light is the source of light which having only one wavelength. This monochromatic light initially vibrating in all directions, and when it passed through the Nicol prism is a special kind of the prism or polarizer which is made up of the calcium carbonate. When this ordinary light or the monochromatic light pass through this Nicol prism, it start vibrating in the only one direction. A beam of the light which have vibrations only in the one plane is called as a plane polarized light. When this plane polarized light pass through the organic solution, it rotates the plane polarized light either into the right hand side or the left hand side. If the substance rotate the plane polarized light into the right hand direction or the left hand direction, these substances are known as the optically active substances. Like if this substance rotate the plane polarized light into the right hand side or the clockwise directions, they are called as the dextrorotatory. And if this solution rotate the plane polarized light into the left hand side or the anti-clockwise directions, these are known as the levorotatory. And this dextrorotatory and the levorotatory isomers are known as the optical isomers of the organic substance which rotates the plane polarized light into the equal extent but into the opposite directions. If any substance do not rotate the polarized light in any direction, they are known as the optically inactive substances. Activity. No. Okay. To find the optical activity of the substance, that is the asymmetry and the chirality. let us understand what is the asymmetry and the chirality. The asymmetry means a compound which do not have any kind of the symmetry and the non-superimposable mirror images to each other. Our left hand and the right hand both have the non-superimposable images to each other. Means left hand and the right hand look similar, but if you put your left hand to the right hand, they do not coincide with each other. The compound that have the molecular asymmetry are always optically active in nature. Let us take the example of this compound. If all the four groups attached to the central atom or the central carbon atoms are different, then the particular compound is known as the asymmetric carbon atom. In this compound, the four groups are attached are different, and if you see the mirror image of this compound, both images are superimposable to each other. But if two groups are same, like in this compound, the two chlorine atoms are present, then the given compound is symmetric and optically inactive. It means such molecules in which one or more carbon atoms carry four different groups would lack symmetry and is termed as an asymmetric molecule and exhibit and having the property of optical activity. Central asymmetric carbon atom is known as the stereocenter. Object or the molecule which is non-superimposable on its mirror images are called chiral carbon atoms. In other words, we can say the carbon atom with which all the different groups are attached are called as a achiral carbon atom. In this example, let us suppose in this carbon atom all the groups are different. It means this carbon is known as a chiral carbon atom, and this chiral carbon atom is known as a asymmetric carbon atom, and which having the non-superimposable mirror images to each other, and it means this compound must be optically active in nature. But in this case, the central carbon atom having two same groups, it means this carbon atom is a symmetric in nature, and the such carbon atoms which are the symmetric in nature are known as the achiral carbon atom, and the achiral carbon atom must be optically inactive in nature. Let us discuss the NCERT book problems, page number 298. In this question, we have to identify the chiral and the achiral molecules in each of the following pair of the compound. In this compound, this is the central carbon atom, and with the central carbon atom, four groups are different. It means this is the chiral carbon atom and denoted by the red star. And in the second part, the two groups are same. That means this carbon is the achiral carbon atom. In the next case, with this carbon atom, three hydrogen atoms are present. It means it is a achiral carbon atom. With this, again two hydrogen are same. That is the achiral. This carbon is also achiral. This carbon is achiral, but this carbon having one side is the methyl group, one side is the hydroxyl group, one is the hydrogen, and the fourth is the long chain of the hydrocarbon. It means all the four groups are different. That means this is the chiral carbon atom. In this group and in this compound, one side is the methyl group, second side is the ethyl group, and one is the hydrogen group, and the fourth one is the bromine group. All the groups are different. That means this carbon atom is the chiral carbon atom. Compounds are optically inactive, and the first compounds are optically active in nature. Now, the molecules which having the non-superimposable mirror images to each other are called as the enantiomers. For example, in case of the lactic acid, if this OH group is present on the right hand side, that is called as the plus lactic acid, and if this OH group is present on the left hand side, this is called as the negative lactic acid. and this is called as a dextrorotatory and this is called as a levorotatory. All the enantiomers having non-superimposable mirror images to each other and having identical physical and the chemical properties, but they rotates the plane polarized light in opposite direction to the same extent, means the angle of the polarization is same in case of the levorotatory and the dextrorotatory of the one particular enantiomer. Now we will discuss what are the racemic mixture. The racemic mixtures are the such mixtures in which the two enantiomers are present in the equal quantity, means if in any solution the dextrorotatory and the levorotatory solutions are present in the 50-50 ratio, that solutions are known as the racemic mixtures, and the racemic mixtures are optically inactive in nature. For example, in this compound, when we reduce this compound with the help of the hydrogen in the presence of the catalyst like reducing agent nickel platinum, this compound will form the equal mixture of the R and the S compound. R and S are the dextrorotatory and the levorotatory compound. When in this particular solution both dextrorotatory and the levorotatory are present in the equal amount, they do not rotate the plane polarized light. We will discuss the rantination and the inversion of the configuration. The rantination in the configuration means the symmetry of the substance before and the after the reaction is same. For example, in iodine displaces the bromine from its solution. Here bromine is present on the left hand side, and after the nucleophilic attack, if the iodine is present on the left hand side, that process is known as a rantination, means the configuration. Configuration means the three-dimensional arrangement of the elements around the central atom. If the configuration before the reaction and the after the reaction is same, that process is known as a rantination. Before the reaction and after the reaction, the configuration is different. That process is known as the inversion of the configuration. For example, the initially compound is the dextrorotatory, but after the reaction the compound becomes the levorotatory. So that is known as the inversion of the configuration. The next one is the inversion, rantination and the racemization. If we want to define these three processes in the one reaction, for example, this is our main reactant. This is the Y process and this is the Y process. If we displace this X with the Y, here X is present on the left hand side, but after the attack the Y is present on the right hand side. That means if after the attack X is present on the left hand side and Y is also present on the left hand side, this is called as the rantination of the configuration. If both A and B compounds formed during the inversion or the rantination present in the equal amount, that processes are known as the racemic mixtures. I am going to explain again. If A compound is only product, that process is known as the rantination because both the compounds X before the reaction and Y after the attack, the both having the same configuration, both are present on the left hand side, that are known as the rantination, where the configuration is same. But if after the attack the configuration is differ, X is present on the left hand side, Y is present on the right hand side, that is known as the inversion of the configuration. If in any solution A and B are obtained in the 50:50, means the equal amount of A and B are formed, that solutions are known as the racemic solutions and the process is called as a racemization. Let us discuss the stereochemical aspects of the nucleophilic substitution reactions. For the better understanding of the nucleophilic substitution reactions in the SN1 mechanism, in case of the SN1 mechanisms, we know that the intermediate carbocation is formed. We know that the carbocation having the sp2 hybridization, it having the planar structure. The carbocation having the trigonal planar structure. The planar means the carbocation is present in the one plane only. If this carbocation is present on the one plane, it means there is a equal chances of the attack of the better nucleophile on the both sides. This nucleophile can be attacked on this side and this nucleophile can be attacked on the this side. It means it will form the 50-50% of the dextrorotatory and the levorotatory. It means during the SN1 mechanism, the racemic mixtures are formed. In the next case, in case of the SN2 reaction, the substrate is present on the left hand side. After the nucleophile attack, the transition state is formed, and this transition state is a pentavalent, and I, as a being a better leaving group, start leaving the compound and the nucleophile is attached on the other side. It means the attacking nucleophile present on the other side. In case of the SN2 mechanisms, the optically active alkyl halide, the product formed as a result of the SN2 mechanisms has an inverted configuration as comparison to the reactant. This is because the nucleophile attack itself on the opposite side to the one where the halogen atom is present. In case of the substrate, the nucleophile is present on the right hand side, but after the attack of the another nucleophile, the product present on the left hand side. It means there is a inversion of the configuration is going on. Here these are the some examples of the nucleophilic substitution reactions. These are the reagents that are used for the convergence of the one particular alkyl halide to the another compounds. For example, if you want to convert the alkyl halide into the alcohols, we can use the reagent sodium hydroxide and the potassium hydroxide, and the resultant alkyl halide can be converted into the alcohol. By the treatment of the water molecules, you can also convert the alkyl halide into the alcohol. Alkyl halide with the alkoxide ions, they will give you the esters. If you treat the alkyl halide with the sodium iodide, they will give you the alkyl iodide. And if you treat the alkyl halide with the ammonia, they will give you the primary amines, secondary amines and tertiary amines. Halide with the potassium cyanide, they will give you the nitrile or the cyanide compound. Or if you treat the alkyl halide with the AgCN, these are forming the isonitrile. In case of the potassium nitrate and the silver nitrate, we will get the alkyl nitrate and the nitroalkanes. And if you reduce the alkyl halide, they will give you the hydrocarbons. Now we will discuss the special kind of the nucleophile that are called as the abundant nucleophile. The abundant nucleophile are the nucleophile which having the two nucleophilic sites, means this kind of the nucleophile having the two attacking side. For example, in case of the nitrate ion, the nucleophilic attack can be done by the nitrogen and on the oxygen. The nitrate ion can attack through the oxygen, resulting in the formation of the alkyl nitrate, and also it can attack through the nitrogen, resulting in the formation of the nitroalkane. Similarly, in case of the cyanide, if the attack is done through the carbon, that is called as the nitrile, and if the attack is done by the nitrogen, that is called as the isocyanide. Let us discuss this case in the details, and these questions are very important. Potassium cyanide on the treatment with the alkyl halide produces the alkyl cyanide, whereas the silver cyanide produces the alkyl isocyanide. Why? Because in the both cases the cyanide group is act as a nucleophile, but due to the difference in the attacking atom, the products are the different. The reason is for that the AgCN is a covalent compound, and in case of the KCN, it is the ionic compound. Let us see the resonance structures of the cyanide. In case if you see the resonance structure of the cyanide ion, due to the resonance, the negative sign can be moved from the carbon to the nitrogen. It means carbon negative is also act as a nucleophile, and the nitrogen negative is also act as a nucleophile. If the carbon negative attack on the carbocation form, that is form a alkyl cyanide. In case of the potassium cyanide, due to the ionic nature, it will form the K positive and the Cn negative. And the Cn negative, in case of the Cn negative, the carbon is more electron rich as comparison to the nitrogen. That means the carbon act as a nucleophilic center, and it will form the cyanide, alkyl cyanide as a major product. But in case of the silver cyanide, the nitrogen is more electron rich as comparison to the carbon, and the attack can be done by the nitrogen, and it will form the isocyanide as a major product. Similarly, in case of the potassium nitrate and the silver nitrate, haloalkanes on the reaction with the potassium nitrate form the alkyl nitrile as a major product. But on the reaction with the silver nitrate, it will form the nitroalkanes as a major product. This is again due to the resonance structure. AgNO2 is the covalent compound and KNO2 is the ionic compound. The alkyl halide with the potassium nitrate, the attack can be done by the oxygen, and it will give the alkyl nitrile as a major product. But in case of the silver nitrate, the attack can be done by the nitrogen, and it will form the nitroalkane as a major product. Here is the main condition are the main difference in the ionic and the covalent nature of the both attacking reagents. Now we will discuss the activity of the aryl halides towards the nucleophilic substitution reactions. The aryl halides are extremely less reactive towards the nucleophilic substitution reactions as comparison to the alkyl halide due to the reason of the resonance effect, difference in the hybridization of the carbon atom, and the instability of the phenylketone. And the last discuss this one by one. In case of the resonance effect, we know all the aryl compounds showing the resonance effect. In case of the as chlorine or the halogen groups are the electron rich, and they having the lone pair of the electrons present in it. These lone pairs, due to the presence of these lone pairs, this halogen group is act as a electron releasing group. In case of the haloarenes, the electron pair on the halogen atoms are conjugate with the pi electrons of the ring. Resonance structures are possible. As the Cl bond acquires the partial positive charge due to the resonance, as a result, the bond cleavage in case of the haloarenes is difficult than the haloalkanes. Therefore, they are less reactive towards a nucleophilic substitution reaction, as due to the presence of the partial double bond, the Cl negative ions cannot be removed easily. The second one is the difference in the hybridization. We know in case of the alkyl halide, the sp3 hybridization is present, but in case of the aryl halide, there is a sp2 hybridization. We know greater the S character, greater will be the stability. In case of the sp2 hybridization, there is a more S character as comparison to the sp3 hybridization. Due to the greater S character, the more the carbon atom becomes more electron negative, and it can hold the electron pair of the carbon halogen bond more tightly, and it changes the carbon halogen bond length also, since it is difficult to break the shorter bond than the longer bond. Therefore, the haloarenes are less reactive than the haloalkanes towards a nucleophilic substitution reaction. And the next is the instability of the phenylketone. In case of the haloarenes, if the halogen group is removed as a nucleophile, there is a formation of the phenylketone, and as a result of the self-ionization will not stabilize the resonance, and therefore the SN1 mechanism is ruled out here. In the last case, as because of the repulsions between the nucleophile and the electron-rich arenes, the aryl halides are less reactive than the alkyl halides towards the nucleophilic substitution reactions. Now, let us discuss some nucleophilic substitution reactions shown by the aryl halide. Simply, if you want to convert the chlorobenzene into the phenol, when you treat the chlorobenzene with the sodium hydroxide, firstly it will form the sodium phenoxide ion, and the sodium phenoxide on treatment with an acid, it will form the sodium chloride. Na positive and the Cl negative are combined, and the H positive combined with the oxygen to give the respective alcohol. But due to the presence of the electron withdrawing group, the electron withdrawing group at the electron withdrawing group such as the NO2 group or the other halogen group that are at the ortho and para position increases the reactivity. Like if you treat the chlorobenzene with the nitric acid in the presence of the concentrated sulfuric acid, it will form the para-nitrochlorobenzene. On treatment with the sodium hydroxide will give you the para-nitrophenol. Similarly, if this electron withdrawing group is present on the both ortho and the para position reaction, the nucleophilic substitution reactions become faster as comparison to the normal, and it will give you the ortho para dinitrophenol. And if the 3 electron withdrawing group is present, the reaction becomes more faster, and it will give you the 2,4,6 trinitrophenol, or it is called as the picric acid. Now, can you think why the nitro group show this effect only ortho and para positions, not at the meta position? Nitro group at the ortho and the para position withdraws the electron density from the benzene ring and thus facilitates the attack of the nucleophile on the haloarenes. The carboanion thus formed stabilized through the resonance. The negative charge appear at the ortho and the para position with respect to the halogen substitute is stabilized by the nitro group. Now see, in case of the ortho position, if the carboanion is formed and this carboanion is get stabilized by the nitro group as the nitro group is a electron withdrawing group. When this nitro group is stabilized, the carboanion formed, and it is easily facilitates the attack of the nucleophile on the other sides of the haloarenes. Similarly, in case of the para position, the carboanion that is formed, that is get stabilized by the nitro group present at the para position. But in case of the meta nitrobenzene, none of the resonant structures bears the negative charge on the carbon atom bearing the nitro group. Therefore, the presence of the nitro group at the meta position does not stabilize the negative charge, and no effect on the reactivity is observed by the presence of the nitro group in the meta position. These resonating structures are very important. In case of the ortho and the para position, the carboanions are get stabilized by the electron withdrawing group, but in case of the meta position, the carboanions do not get stabilized by the group, as orthonitrophenol and the para-nitrophenols are more reactive towards the nucleophilic substitution reactions as comparison to the meta-nitrophenol. Now, this is your homework. In the first question, we have to discuss what are the abundant nucleophile. Abundant nucleophile are those nucleophile which having the 2 nucleophilic centers, and you have to explain with the example. And the next one is you have to show the reactivity of the substances by the S&O mechanisms. Third question, you have to write down the major products formed in the chemical reactions, and the last question is you have to write the mechanism of the reaction.